What abs? To be totally honest, I'm actually like eating while I'm recording this. I'm having some soup. And it's right here in my lap. And you're never gonna actually see me drink it or anything, but just keep in your little head hole right here. Just know that I'm actually eating while recording this. You are, oh, I got soup. You are what you wear. And I am a geek. like, oh my god, like, look at my glasses. Oh no.
Why aren't you focused? It's not focused. Are you focused? Alright, I think you're focused. I think, at least. As long as you don't catch Marilyn back there, she captures all the attention. Hello everyone! My name is Trianala, but you can always just call me Tria or Kinsey, I don't really care. Guys, today we're going to be doing something that's super cool, super exciting. I mean, I hope. But guys, today we're going to be doing my review of the Galaxy S8 Plus. Yes, guys, I do have a Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus. The last video that I did like this was a comparison between the S8 Plus and the iPhone 6 Plus. So I did a little bit, a comparison between those two, and I also did a first impressions on what my first thoughts were on the Galaxy. But now, since I've had it for about 2 weeks, it's time to actually dig deep and get dirty with this phone and tell you all of its little secrets. My dirty little secret. Anyways, guys, if you would like to see my full review on the Galaxy S8 Plus, then please stay tuned. So here it is, guys. Again, I have a little Mew on the home screen, so I do have that. It is here in my hand, and this review is going to consist of 3 parts, actually. I know I usually do 2, but it's going to be 3 this time. So the first one is going to be the pros, the second one is going to be the cons, and then the third is literally going to be like, meh, things that I thought that I would hate, but I actually don't really care. It doesn't really bother me that they're there or that it's set like this or whatever. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started with the pros. So the first pro that I want to talk about is obviously the biggest part of the phone, which is going to be the screen. Obviously, the screen is gorgeous. I have had a lot of time to play with the screen and set it the way that I want to, and it's just beautiful. Like if you take a, what happened? If you take a quick look at it, it is all the way wrapped around, and I know it's not focused, but it's all the way wrapped around, and it's just beautiful. The screen is absolutely stunning. So I currently have my screen display on the WQHD setting, which is the highest one that it will go to, and it's like 2960 by 1440, so it's very, very sharp. It's a gorgeous display. The colors are super, super saturated and vivid and bold. There's not too much contrast between them, and it's not excessively bright. I know a lot of people say, I'm talking with my hands, I know a lot of people say that they like brightness in phones, which I do agree with. The brightness is a very big factor, but you can't just have a big bright screen and not have any kind of contrast between colors or anything like that. So the screen is a big thumbs up for me. On our list is actually going to be the speed of the device. I was actually quite surprised and happy with how snappy the phone is. Obviously, it is 2017, so the phones are pretty much, they have to be super fast, because I mean that's how the technology is aging right now. And this one does not disappoint whatsoever. It is amazing. I went through and I kicked up the RAM. I stored, like, I think this has like 4 gigs of RAM in it, and I went in and I did not delete anything. Like, you know how you can press a little button and take all the applications away? I did not do any of that for about a good 3 hours, something like that, and I just did not delete anything. I just kept going into different apps and stuff like that. It never actually slowed down for me. Maybe because I wasn't going into apps that were like super high, like super hard on the phone, anything like that. I wasn't trying to play like freaking like
driving speed racer game or anything. I was just doing like regular stuff, going through YouTube, watching YouTube videos, playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. And, you know, just basic stuff and everything, but the phone never slowed down once, it never lagged, it never got, you know, annoying to use, it never froze, thank goodness, it never actually froze. So the speed and the responsiveness of the device is actually really, really good. Pro on our list is actually going to be the build of the phone, including hardware and software. So the hardware part of it is obviously, it's sexy. It's a gorgeous device. You just want to like take it and like, you know, dip it in your arms and give it a smooch because it's just so gorgeous. Samsung did a fantastic job with the actual build of this device. It's all glass and it's very, very clean looking. I got the gray color because I thought it was really pretty. And then software is actually, I know that the majority of new devices that are like, if you get, you know, if you jump on that bandwagon and like if you get one of the devices the day that they're first released, they're bound to have a lot of, you know, first day release issues or, you know, first couple of months issues and everything. Now, I personally have not had any issues with this phone whatsoever, so that does say a lot about Samsung's build of software and everything, that I can actually handle the stress that it's actually been put through and everything. And it's not, obviously, again, like I said, it's not lagging, it's not freezing or anything. I can still, like, you know, going from an iPhone that I had for like 2.5 years, and it was a great phone. I loved it so much. It never broke, never did anything wrong, and this one so far has not done me wrong either. I can still talk to people just fine. I haven't had any glitches or bugs in mine. I'm sure other people have, but for me, it's really nice to have the security and like, you know, it's really like, you know, you have like peace of mind whenever you get a new device and then you're like, well, I'm pretty sure this is not going to actually like break or malfunction in the first couple of weeks that I have it or something like that, because I have not had the issue whatsoever. So there may be a few glitches, but I haven't gotten any of them, so. And the last pro about the Galaxy S8 Plus is the camera, because if you saw my last video where I did the comparison and the first impressions, I did a few test shots between the iPhone 6 Plus and the Galaxy S8, and I really could tell the difference between the cameras because the iPhone, it was a bit more brighter, it didn't have as much contrast and stuff like that, but this phone, it knocks it out of the park. The front-facing camera and rear-facing camera are amazing. I love them to bits. I cannot even tell you how many selfies I've taken with this new phone, and I'm not even ashamed. I'm not even ashamed because they just look so good. They look amazing. They just shine. Like, they're really, really nice quality pictures. And some of them even look like they've been taken with an actual DSLR camera. Like a camera. And that's crazy that you can actually come from, you know, phones that had like no camera to a camera that's actually this good in a device, and I give it way thumbs up, but you know what I mean. I give it like massive thumbs up because this camera is actually bomb. I'll throw in some more pictures really quick here just so you can actually see the camera in its glory.
You like a supernova, you light up my dark, you burn me like fire and tear me apart, and when I think it's over, you suck me in like a black hole.
Alright guys, so we talked about the good, now let's talk about the bad, because there are some things that I did not like with this phone that I still don't like with the phone, and these are going to be the cons. So, dun dun dun! So the first con that I have on here is probably going to be one that you already know and have heard loads about, and of course that is the Bixby. Yes, it is the Bixby. I have really found, I've really tried guys. I tried so hard to really actually look at Bixby and see what it was showing me, but the thing is that I got to the point where I didn't care. I mean, I feel like they should have made the voice, you know, for Bixby actually work, because it makes the phone feel really incomplete, and it's kind of sad. And also, this freaking button here, I can't tell you how many times I have pushed this and mashed it when I'm trying to find the volume buttons, because there's no difference. There's no difference in the buttons whatsoever. They're so close to each other and they feel the exact same, so there's no difference at all. Hopefully whenever it does get launched and released, the voice for Bixby, it gets a little bit better, but for right now, it's kind of useless. The next con that I have on the S8 Plus is going to be the battery life, because this device does have a 3500 milliamp battery in it. Well, you know, that's pretty good. It's okay, but you know, I think Samsung was really trying to like take it slow and try to build back up from the devastation that happened with the Note 7. But you know, I really kind of wish that they would have made the device a little bit wider or something like that, because I know they're going for these super tall devices instead of wide ones, and I would have appreciated maybe just a smidgen thicker phone but with a better battery. Like, I take my phone off the charger in the morning and it's at 100%, and by the time that I get home it's at like 40, and I'm like, well dang, and then I have the whole rest of the day, and by the time that I go to bed at night it's probably around 29 to 15% battery, and it's really not that great of a battery life. I was really expecting a lot more because when I first got the iPhone 6 Plus, and that device had, that battery life was crazy. I would wake up in the morning with 100% battery and then go to sleep with like 85% battery, and then I would charge it again. But this battery in this, it's not terrible, it's not bad, but it could definitely be a whole lot better. So boo. Boo for battery. The next con that I do have with the S8 Plus is the speakers. Yes, the speakers are not very loud at all. They're kind of pointless. They're really not great for a phone that's like overall really good. The speakers really fall flat in that area because they're just not loud. They're not loud whatsoever, and I listen to music on the way home in my car, but my car does not have an aux port because it's 1999. My car does not have an aux port in it, and I only just listen to it from the speaker of the phone. So if I have like my air conditioning on a little too high or something like that, you can't hear the sound practically at all. I really just like resorted to carrying my JBL speaker in my car just so I could plug it up to Bluetooth and just actually be able to hear the music and not have to, you know, have to sit in a super hot car because I can't turn the air conditioning on without it being like super muffled and low. It's disappointing. It really is disappointing, and I think that's my number one like con, because I'm a music fiend. I love music more than pretty much anything, and I can't hear it. I can hear it probably now because there's nothing happening. If I turn it all the way freaking up, I could probably hear it, but it's not loud, guys. It's really not loud. And the last con that I have for this device is going to actually be kind of weird, because it's the sound volume but for the alarm clock. I know, it's kind of weird, and I've experienced this like every single day firsthand because I use my phone to wake me up in the morning, and I have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, let me tell you. And I don't think there's a setting, or at least I can't find one, a setting to turn the alarm volume down, because I set the alarm for 4:05 in the morning when I wake up, and then I have to hide it under like a bunch of blankets and everything, or else it will literally scare me awake. And I wish they had put this much power into the speaker, because I'll tell you one thing, that alarm volume is so loud, I'm surprised like my mom can't hear it in like her bedroom way over there. It's so ridiculously loud. It's super frustrating. And that does it for the cons of the S8 Plus. So now let's go into like the more meh things of the device real quick. There's not many, so we'll just do it fast. So the first meh thing I want to show you guys is the actual fingerprint reader here on the back right here, right next door to the camera that I'm currently caressing right now. Anyways, the fingerprint reader is actually not that bad. The phone doesn't have a case on it right now, so it makes it a little bit harder, but with the case that I do have, it's actually right here and I'll show you. The case that I do have has like these two holes, and it's a lot easier to fit your finger into this hole and actually have it read it that way. It's a lot easier doing it like that, but it never bothered me to begin with either. I just kind of got used to it and I was just like, fingerprint. So it's not the end of the world or anything. I don't lose sleep over it or anything like that. I know a lot of people hated it. They thought that it was in the wrong position, and I still do agree that I think it's in like the wrong positioning. It could have been better, but I don't hate it. Not at all. It's fine. And the last thing that I want to show you guys, I told you there's not very many, so I'm just gonna do them quick. The last thing that I wanted to show you guys on this here is the actual button configuration. Normally, I actually figured it out how to fix it, but normally the back button is, see, I have it here, so you just go down here or press it like this, but it used to be over on this side. These two used to be swapped, and that's how it was when I got it out of the box, when I first turned it on. And it never bothered me really that much, but I wanted to just switch it anyways, and I couldn't figure out how to switch it for the longest time. So I got used to it being that way, and it didn't bother me. It really didn't bother me all that much, but now that I got it switched and then I'm used to it this way again now, because that's how I've been used to it for a super long time, it feels better. It feels more normal to have it the way that it is now than the other way. The other way wasn't bad. I wasn't mad about it or anything like that, but I prefer it the current way that it is right now. So guys, that is my review of the Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus. I will say that I really do love this phone. I like it a lot. If you can get past the few cons that are in there, then you would love this device as well. It is a great phone. I'm loving it to bits so far. So even though it has a few cons, everything does. So there's some things you kind of have to look past. But yeah, I'm gonna end the video here. If you liked it, please click up that like button and then subscribe if you want to, so you can follow on our journey to become the best. Like no one ever was. Okay, bye. Now it's out of focus.